Hello once again. So this morning I ventured up north and of course I am at Crewe railway station once again. Now today is going to be a little bit different. We are going to be doing a railway line journey today. So my start point is obviously here at Crewe and it's going to take me to Derby. So we are going to explore that line with a stop off at Kidsgrove along the way. So as you can see behind me, we've got some Pullman carriages. That is because the Northern Belle is in platform 12 currently, and in front of me we've got a 37 along with some old EMR stock. So before we head off on our journey to Derby, we're going to have a look around Crewe once again, and I'll give you a bit of a refresher about the station. But nonetheless, welcome once again as we explore the Crewe to Derby line. Oh, that sun is out in force this morning, isn't it? But, so I'm walking up the Northern Belle to the back end, or walking down I should say, and we're going to have a look at the locomotive at the back. We've got Class 57 313 Scarborough Castle West Coast Railways. Let me just turn around. There we go. We'll get a better view in just a second, but just before I do, this is the beauty of Crewe. And like I said, I've only been off the train 2 minutes and already at the locomotive services depot just up there, there's Mayflower apparently going to come in on the loop. So there's going to be plenty to see before I even head out. I've got about an hour and 10 minutes here. It would have been about an hour and a half. I'll come to that in a minute. But nonetheless, so we should get some good shots here while I'm at Crewe. But that's what you get. Like, Crewe is top tier in terms of railways for me. Yeah, let me turn the camera around. There we go. So I mentioned, and I'm going to have a little bit of a moan, I don't normally do this, so I mentioned that I was going to have an hour and a half rather than an hour and 10 minutes. When I was at Milton Keynes, when I made my journey here, being on the West Coast Main Line, you can probably guess what train operating company was causing chaos already early in the morning. And of course, Avanti West Coast. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I'm going to do a video surrounding them very soon. But it's an absolute mess. You know, my train was delayed because of their late running, which you could argue, you know, get off my high horse. But at the same time, why are Avanti getting favouritism? If they're late, they should be late, and then you know, it's one of those things. Unless I'm looking at it completely wrong, but that's what I'm going to say about Avanti at the moment. Luckily, I'm still here to see this. That's the main thing. So, like I said, keep an eye out for a video on Avanti that will be coming out in a few weeks' time. So I'm going to try and head to the front end of the Northern Belle and try and catch the loco at the front before it departs. Right, you probably can't hear me, and there's a very good reason why. Fantastic. Well, that's a fantastic start, isn't it? Oh, never seen that before, so that's another one ticked off the old list. Right, back onto the journey video. So, as I said, currently at Crewe, obviously. We're gonna head on to Derby via Kidsgrove at 11:10. So, but for those of you who are more eagle-eyed, you would have already seen that I have been to Crewe before along with the Heritage Centre. So, if you have, you're pretty up to date on Crewe. But if you haven't, then I'm going to cut back and give you some of the history on Crewe. Crewe is one of the most historically significant railway stations in the world and is famed for its railway works. The station opened in 1837 and it is a major junction on the West Coast Main Line. It is also a favourite amongst railway enthusiasts, where you can also visit the Crewe Heritage Centre nearby. But if you want to find out more about these places, then go and check out my Crewe and Crewe Heritage Centre videos that I did a few months back along my YouTube channel. I can promise you, you will definitely enjoy it. Well, so far that is my time at Crewe done for now. So my train to Derby will arrive in about 5 minutes and will take us over there. However, like I said, we've seen the Northern Belle, which was fantastic. However, Mayflower was steaming up, getting ready for a charter train. Now, that was posted to be coming in at 12:05. However, a bit of dumb luck, and you won't sit past these Class 350s, but just way over the other side on platform 12, the rolling stock and the Class 47 at the back has arrived. So that is sheer dumb unlucky. Oh well, I got to see it on the arrival, I suppose. So you get your small victories where you can. But I'm up this end on platform 2 purely because, well, the train's coming here, and I just want to pan around because Locomotive Services Depot over there, you've got 08 Shunter, an amazing amount of rolling stock, and also you've got the Midland Pullman HST poking its nose out. And again, I've said this before, Crewe is definitely top tier. It's a wonderful place to come. So if you are in for train spotting and you fancy a day out somewhere where you're going to get a huge amount of variety, come to Crewe. You won't be disappointed. This is the second time I've been here. Haven't been disappointed yet, and I don't think I ever will come into Crewe, to be fair. But nonetheless, we're just going to wait for the train to come in and then I'll commence my journey. I have now got off at Kidsgrove Station. Now, normally I would be carrying on and telling you all about Kidsgrove in this episode. However, I'm not. I've got something else planned. So if you want to see and hear more of Kidsgrove, then you're going to have to wait until the episode after this one. But don't worry, it will be coming out. And I'm doing something a little bit different, so keep your eye on it. But nonetheless, I'm now going to cut away and talk you through the line from Crewe to Derby, talking about what is it, the history, and what are its stations. So have a little listen of this. The Crewe to Derby line is located in central England and runs in a southeasterly direction from Crewe. The line has 11 stations with a running speed of 70 miles an hour. The line was opened by the North Staffordshire Railway Company and became part of the London Midland Scottish Railway in 1923. The route is double track for the whole length apart from a 3-mile section between Alsager and Crewe, which was put a single track by British Rail. Along the route there are a few places of interest, including that of Stoke-on-Trent, which holds a great history with its potteries. Interestingly, all stations along the line are managed by East Midlands Railway, except for Stoke-on-Trent and Crewe. When you pass Uttoxeter and Tutbury, the line then follows the cross-country route to another railway powerhouse, which is Derby, and with the running time of 1 hour and 10 minutes, there is plenty to see along this line, and I have to say I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Alright then, so now you're very much up to speed on the line that I am now travelling on. So we've got about 5-10 minutes to go until my service from Crewe carries on and takes me to Derby to end the line and the video from there. But as well, I will let you know in advance, I will be fairly minimal on what I say about Derby in terms of information and history, because it deserves its own episode. Of course it does, so it's going to get that as well. So you're getting treated today, but nonetheless, let's wait for the train and I'll next see you at Derby. Right, so we're now at Derby railway station, and I know I said when I was at Kids Grove that I was going to do a separate video. However, I've had a thought on the journey here and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it all in one and just have it as one big video. Might as well, as we're here. So yeah, welcome to Derby. It's the last station of the day. So yeah, we're going to have a little look around and tell you all about Derby. So yeah, stay tuned. Derby was built in 1839. It has 7 platforms and is managed by East Midlands Railway. Now, in terms of the services here, you've got cross country, Northern and EMR. In terms of destination, however, you've got Burton, Sheffield, been there quite a few times, Chesterfield, all the way obviously back down towards Crewe, Newark Castle, where the service that I've just got off terminates. So yeah, you've got a lot to see here at Derby. There's plenty of places to go, but there's a couple of other historical aspects and also current affairs that I just want to share with you. So Derby isn't done just yet. So currently we are 127 miles away from London St Pancras, which is an East Midlands Railway terminus. Now, when you rewind back into history, when the Midland Railway decided on having its headquarters here in Derby, it swiftly became a major point on the railways. And when the station was built, it was one of the biggest in this country at that time. Now, the station here and also the lines here is predominantly involved with the Midland Main Line. However, that also converges with long distance routes. So you can also get, like I said, the cross-country services going to Edinburgh all the way down to Plymouth as well. Not only that, you've got EMR Regional, and like I said, you've got a few different variations here, not to mention, and I mentioned this back at Crewe, if you're here train spotting for a few hours, there is a certainty that you will get a high variety of different traction. Unfortunately, however, I've timed it to a point where over the next hour I'm here, there's not much. Most of it has just happened or will happen after I've left. So it's back to how it was at Crewe with that being unlucky again, isn't it? But nonetheless, we make do and we're going to learn. Previously, when I've done these episodes, I have spoken about certain areas which are synonymous with their railway works. Henceforth, Crewe, you've got Swindon, Doncaster, and you can also throw in Derby into the mix. Now, their works was the mixture of locomotives and rolling stock. That opened in 1840. However, it did close down in 1990. Now, there's part of an area where part of the land was usually occupied by Chaddison sidings. That was called Pride Park. Now, if you're from Derby or if you know your football, you will know that most of that site is now occupied by Derby County Football Club and obviously their Pride Park Stadium. However, their works are existent here in Derby. Over that way is over where the Derby RTC is, and also the Lichchurch Lane Works Depot. Now on the approach in, when I came in from the train from Crewe, you could get a great view, albeit it was in the distance, but there was a load of the new Greater Anglia rolling stock. So that in itself just shows that there is a lot of modernisation work going on here, as well as, you know, many other places that have left it in the past. I'm glad that hasn't happened here. Those announcements really are bugging me. But that place since 2021 has been owned by, no, not 2021, might be a bit older than that actually, but they are under the ownership of Alstom. So yeah, there is a lot still going on there, and there will be for a considerable amount of time in the future. So it's brilliant to see that the railway, you know, birth, as it were, is not forgotten and still exists, especially in a place like this. And I'm glad that it's not gone. So thank God. And after a long but very enjoyable day, that is a wrap. So we've done Crewe to Derby, and I hope I've explained it well, showed you enough. It was a great start at Crewe, I must say, as you saw earlier with the Northern Belle. Shame I didn't get to see Mayflower, but nonetheless, in the distance, like we said, there's been a couple of 37s that I've seen in the distance and in sidings and whatever, so you got to make do with what you got sometimes. But Derby and Crewe are two amazing railway places with incredible history, and like I've said, if you want to come here train spotting and get a good variety, go to both, if not one. So it's been brilliant. I've enjoyed myself, and I'm definitely going to come back here because there's a mention on the Derwent Valley line. Now, having a look at the couple of the poster boards that they've got, and it looks extremely picturesque, so that might be another one of my to-do lists for next year. But nonetheless, we're going to wrap it up here. I've got about another 50 odd minutes until my train heads back towards Crewe. So, hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have, and thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you next time down the line.